The best way to do this, because it is going to be videoed, is to use this mic to talk. And we're talking lots of important information. Wildfire brought us here. She's our representative for the Lapis Road RV Homeowners Association. And please tell us why you asked us to come.
Share the meeting.
Okay. I wanted to change the public's opinion. We already tried to do the soups and the sheriffs and everything, and all they keep telling us is the public is demanding them to take action on us. I very much doubt that that's totally true. So I want to reach the public's opinion. Also, I want to come in a way to present our case as a hate crime. Okay? We're being hated on no matter where we go. Why are we being hated on? Because the public is being told by officials that we're crime elements. Also, they're watching too much Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
It's a show where this guy who is hardworking finds out that he has a medical condition. He decides he wants to set his family up, so he goes into making crystal meth. Ends up going in an RV and traveling in an RV with a crystal meth lab. So that's what I mean by they're watching too much Breaking Bad. Because I've had cops called on me saying that there's a bunch of needles around the RV. There's not. So we need to show the public that they've been misinformed. I also want to come up with going up against the coastal commissioner. They're denying access for us to come in, doctor's appointment, getting our prescription, going in, doing laundry, doing shopping. We still come into town and we still give them money, but they want us gone. There's a couple of incidents that's been reported to me. There's one gentleman goes in a Walmart to get his mom some prescription. He gets confronted by a Walmart manager. He has to show them, he gets confronted by a cop, misinformation. And he has to show him the receipt that he was just in Walmart 10 minutes ago getting a prescription. Also seen a sheriff in plain clothes going into Walmart telling the managers, you need to kick these people out, don't let them sit here, not even for a minute. That's hate crime.
Out of Denny's. I was kicked out of Denny's. I was told I couldn't go to Denny's. And I couldn't use the laundromat. And I had to take my clean clothes out of the laundry, out of the washer, and I couldn't use the dryer. I couldn't use the bathroom, and to leave because I wasn't a customer.
But you were.
Yeah, you're spinning your laundry.
There's this other story where this individual goes into a closed AA meeting. Women closed AA meeting. She spots a couple of officials. They tell her after they found out that she's from Lapis, they tell her, this is a closed meeting. But they didn't tell her that before she started sharing. Hate crime. You have an experience you want to share?
Well, I'm not a camper myself. I'm a tent camper, not an RV camper.
Hi, I'm a community member and supporter, Becky Johnson, and I've talked to a number of Lapis Road residents. One man with spinal cancer. He moved his rig on the very first day that they had to do the move out from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and he got a $222 ticket that very first day. And not much of an idea how not to get another one on the next day and the next day. You have to wonder, what was the reasoning for this move out from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. provision here on Lapis Road that disadvantages the people who live here so dramatically? Do the Soups really want all these people driving around on the roads with their RVs? How does that improve public health and safety, which is really the only reason government has to interfere in the use of public space, is because there's a public health or safety hazard. And they've invented it. They've said the people who live here are the public health and safety hazard just by living here. So we have to attack that 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every way we can, publicly, and get all our talking points together, and we need to really raise a fuss.
Yeah, we need to do the do away with the 10 to 6. But I generally want to change or inform the public about us, without the Lapis or anything, about us, how we're being hated. I mean, as soon as you say Lapis, everybody looks at you like you got some kind of deadly disease, right? However, how about those people that park out here for an hour or two? I don't care if it's on their lunch or they're trying to, smoke a doobie or whatever.
Hire somebody that they think's living on Lapis. I'm tired of being insulted as a prostitute. I'm tired of the insinuation that we're up here selling ourselves as well as anything else.
That's a hate crime.
Yeah.
But
Dirty talk you can think of.
no, I mean, when somebody goes to an AA meeting, they don't tell them that it's a closed meeting, and then as soon as they find out, oh, you live on Lapis, it's a closed meeting. Now, that's denying us help with our addiction, isn't it? That's a real bad hate crime right there. So this is what I want to do. I am going to go and get the forms to fill out against the Coastal Commissioner, all right? And then I'm going to bring it to y'all's attention, and each one of you are going to do the same thing. The more of us that writes to the Coastal Commissioner and threatens them, the more possibility that we're going to have another.
I'm filing a lawsuit. I've already talked to a couple other lawyers. I don't want to talk about it until it's I get a lawyer's advice.
About the Coastal Commission, we successfully fought against a ban on RVs up in the city of Santa Cruz about a year ago. And this was done by filing a complaint with the Coastal Commission where we were saying that we were denied access to the coast. So that's the issue. When you fill out these complaint forms, you say that, I would like to park on Lapis Road at lunchtime and go for a hike down by the beach, but I can't because there are these no parking signs. It denies my access. We can also file a complaint about the city of Marina and their RV ban and say that I want to come and park my RV on the city streets in Marina and go down to the beach, and I can't because they're denying me coastal access. And we could do it for Seaside, and I think that Pacific Grove is also coming out with their RV ban.
And it also forces an entrapment issue because while they're telling us to leave and they're ticketing us, that's the same as entrapment legally.
Right, yeah.
Another hate crime.
It's clear entrapment. It's like, the cop cannot sell you drugs. How can they make you leave and then ticket you?
That may even be the point, that people have no place to go, so they're going to run into a myriad of tickets and fines, and eventually they won't be able to pay them. Their rig is towed. It costs too much to get it out, and problem solved, except for not for you. Now you're living under a bush instead of a nice cozy RV.
Yeah.
How many cops and taxpayers' dollars are being wasted on this? It's innocent. I mean, there is no crime being committed here. They're wasting good tax dollars and revenue when they could be taking care of something else. Speeders, reckless drivers, drunks, looking at real issues.
Murderers. Violent crime.
We could do a
Rape, assault, which you say is a civil crime when it's reported. Oh,
we can file a public information request to find out how much the sheriff has billed the taxpayers for this problem that the state created by saying, oh, you're here, suddenly you can't be here, that's a problem.
Yeah.
What was the...
I was put in jail 11 days for texting.
Wow. Texting and driving.
Texting under restraining order.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
long story. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, no, 11 days.
No,
so that's
and
a
that's
long
how the
time.
state does. They take innocent behavior and then they criminalize it, and then you're afoul of the law, and it's basically job security for cops.
Here's my suggestion.
What?
I've been writing every experience I've had with cops and everything they say, their name, badge number. I suggested, if you're able to do that, because that's going to help our case. That's going to prove the hate crime. You understand? Any experience you have with the law, with residents, with town people, document it. Document the time, document the incident. If it's with an official, get their name, everything. Write down what they said. If you could have a recorder on your phone, have it on. Record the whole conversation.
That's your witness,
So what's our plan?
right?
I wanted to have a parade, but I think we're gonna turn it into where we're gonna my thinking is to put out flyers out there and let it be known that it is a hate crime, because that's the way we need to reach the public and the officials and the commissioner office, postal commissioner. So I'm going to approach it as a hate crime. So I want to have like a demonstration, pass out flyers, let the public know that this is a hate crime. This is not just because of our status and where we are. It's a hate crime.
Don't hate on the hated.
I recommend the first step we do is that we set up an information table with literature and have people sign a petition and develop some community support for our issue. And I have the table.
Does that sound good? Is anybody willing to write down their experience? Share? You don't even have to tell anybody who you are or anything. We just need your story. We need to prove that this is a hate crime, because your mom was right about that. So my information, you can get my information from Wes or from Becky, or you can get a hold of either one of us and they'll inform me. I think it's a great idea that Becky has between Patrick's mom and Becky has changed my plan for a better plan. So I want to thank you guys.
Should we do this? How soon can we get it together?
I like to get it together before it starts raining.
Yeah.
I think we should do it for a week from now. And if anybody has a suggestion to add on to Becky's idea, please feel free to get a hold of Wes, Becky, or I. Anything.
So it's wrong with tomorrow.
Or tonight.
When you want to do it sooner, the table.
We don't have to. I'm just saying. Sure.
Yeah, we have to print out the literature, write down, figure out how to word it now, this is what I want to point out. We're not going to come at this with hate, vengeance, or pointing fingers or anything. We're going to come out and say, look, public, listen to our story, and please recognize that this is a hate crime that you're being part of,
Just trying to exist, trying to live.
So that's the attitude we want. We don't want anger and hate from us.
We want to win hearts and minds.
We want to show them, hey, I want to get some of these folks. I know they're not here right now because they're working, but I want to get their statement that they work. I know a couple of students that are out here trying to get their education. I brought it up on one of the meetings. This is our future. These kids are our future, and for whatever reason they're living in their car or in a tent. They're still trying to get an education. They're there studying with a little flashlight, you know, looking at their little textbook, taking notes and everything. Here comes an officer. Hey, yo, get the hell out.
Yeah.
That's our future there.
What's that about?
When I see a young person studying in their car and they're homeless, and they're still studying, they still want that grade. Don't you want an opportunity to vote that person into some kind of office for you?
Successful. Very good. Okay, so we did ask everybody. We went up and down, asked everybody up here to come at 8. It's really hard to get up in the morning. It's really hard to get moving. People still got to get going at 10. This is really a stressful situation. If people get a permit to be able to park here, I think that should entitle you for a day pass inside the city limits of Marina, at least, if not further than that. You know, you shouldn't be accosted during the day, especially if you have the stupid little permit, because that should be your waiver. The county's already given you a pass, and the city should be doing the same.
Anyone that's lesser than that don't have, you know, anyone that's lesser than that don't have, you know, more than the next guy or a place to rent or anything else shouldn't be chastised just because they don't have a tag, you know, for a day pass into the city. I mean, this needs to be addressed on a big level, on all across the board with the hate crime issue, because these are facts. These are things that have been changed with gay rights. I mean, if it wasn't for people doing movements for them, there'd still be hate crimes on the gay people. There'd still be, you know, I mean, not to say that there aren't hate crimes going on, but at least they have somebody. At least there's somebody there to help them and establish the fact that it is a hate crime. And anyone that has anything to do with the things that are going on throughout the cities with the homeless should be ashamed of themselves because of the fact that this is a hate crime. I mean, I can show you bank statements that show you where I spend my money in the city, and that just goes to show that all my money and my mother's money or Social Security and retirement check go to the city of Monterey, to the county of you know, Monterey, the city of Marina. So these are just little things like getting harassed at Walmart, having to leave because you're a motorhome, and you just got done shopping in there, but you're getting yelled at to leave. Are they going up to every single car in Walmart and telling them that they need to leave because they've been there too long? It's ridiculous. So these things need to be addressed. If it wasn't for Martin Luther King and it wasn't for people with gay rights, they would be nowhere. And it's happening to us.
A couple of days ago, I was in Walmart, and I was driving a van, thank God, undercover. Anyway, I see a nice-looking RV there, just sitting there. So I went up to them, knock, knock, knock. Hi, you from Lapis? No. Oh, must be nice not to be from Lapis and I get kicked out of Walmart. They sat there all day because they had a nice rig. Okay? But I see some nice rigs out here too. There's people that spend thousands of dollars for these rigs that they live out here. But just because you mentioned Lapis? Wow. Shoot, but those same people that are calling us the Lapis Rat, they're out here on their break, smoking a joint, drinking a beer, having an affair on their spouts.
Leaving garbage.
Leaving garbage. Wow, what did that make them?
Harassing people. And harassing.
No, I think that makes them a Lapis Rat, just like the rest of us. Am I right?
Hypocrite.
Am I right?
They do it, but we can't, right? We don't do it. I said it's hypocritical. We don't make messes out here. We clean up after them. The city people. Give me a break.
It's because it's a hate crime. We pissed off the sheriffs out here because how many years was, and I just came here recently, but
When are we going to do this table?
Yeah, I gotta do some business real quick.
Yeah, so maybe this weekend would be good.
Yeah.
Saturday or Sunday.
You should stand in the camera.
Oh,
You're in.
he can figure it
I
out.
think we ought to do it on Sunday, maybe, do it on Sunday, hit these churchgoers and
Tourists. We should have
And
them
tourists.
by then, so we should have them filled out by Friday and then take them to all the churches and the schools and stuff by Monday. Because I mean, I think we should start photographing who's down here during the day.
So what's the resolution that
We want to have like between us right now, determine a resolution that we're going to put on this petition. We're going to ask the local people, the visitors, the tourists to sign it to support us.
Stop the hate crime.
So we're going to say it's going to have a theme of a hate crime, but what's how about something like stop the Monterey County harassment of the residents of Lapis Road. It's a state hate crime, as a state hate crime.
Racial issue as well, because I mean, we're an entity all on its own. You know, since the beginning of time, and meek people have been chastised, pushed to the side, act like they're not as good as anyone else, when all they're doing is living, surviving, breathing, loving, and everything else that we do as human beings, the same as anyone else. And another thing is that with, and I won't say names, but there's certain deputy sheriffs of the county that come and do things off in their own time to make things harder for us out here that have already established meetings to get, safe parking zones and things like that. And then for them to go out on their own time and go tell establishments to do anything they can do to get them to not park in their parking lot is I mean, this is beyond, this is a problem, a big problem. It's definitely a hate crime, but we need to establish something with this right now. Yep. It's not just entrapment, it's scare tactics, it's all kinds of stuff.
6 p.m. move out every day is entrapment.
Yeah, every day is entrapment.
We're all agreed
That's
on
right,
that.
of course.
Okay. So,
But they do that, and then they go and get people to go and tell other parking lots to say, oh, don't let them park here during the day. That's like giving a starving person some food and then hiring somebody to go take their food from them. What's going on here?
Okay, so are we in agreement of meeting this weekend and getting this rolling? Because the sooner we get on this,
public place.
I'll be there every time.
Like maybe one of the shopping places in Marina.
Maybe this
Somewhere along Reservation Road.
grocery store down there, maybe by the dollar store. We can ask the managers there if we can have a little rally. I don't know. A lot of homeless people shop there, and a lot of rich people shop at the dollar store.
Yeah, we can be there.
well,
There you go.
the thing is those establishments are going to say, hell no.
No, and they don't have permission to say yes.
But we could do it on the sidewalk. Why?
It's a public place. We have
Yep.
public access.
Yep.
That's city
As long as
parking lot.
we set up a table non-obstructively, even if it's on private property of a shopping area, under the Pruneyard decision, we have a First Amendment right to do that. So we'll just set our table up, and we'll have literature, and we'll have at least 2 people staffing it. And we go around and we try to win the hearts and minds of just people, get as many people as possible to sign our petition. Did anyone get that GoFundMe page set up or anything? Because I've already heard people saying, where can I donate money? So we should be,
that set up for us because I already got
for the Lapis Road Homeowners Association needs money. And
Yeah, I a few months ago got one started. I never finished it. For some reason, I never did, but now I'm going to, so we'll get that funding going. I just want to make this very, very clear, because believe me, I wanted so many times to go off on cops and other people. No matter what the public or the officials throw at you guys, please do not feed into that fire. You stand there, you smile. You get their name, you get the badge number, you write down the whole incident. You smile. I did that to a cop. You know how that pissed him off? It pissed him off. He came over saying that you ever notice how they always say, well, we got a couple calls. You ever notice that? Every cop. Oh, we got a couple calls. Why is it always a couple calls?
Okay, back to the issue at hand because I gotta go.
MLK.
Yeah, we'll follow Martin Luther King's example of nonviolent non-cooperation. We're not really planning any civil disobedience at this point. Okay, so Sunday is the day that we're going to do this tabling.
I say yeah. Who votes?
Is that a go?
Fine with
Who
me.
goes for
Sunday? Sunday? Any objections to Sunday? Okay, let's do it Sunday. And there's a she said the dollar store, there's that shopping center on Reservation Road which has the dollar. No, what do you think,
There's
Wes?
anywhere along Reservation Road, I think
Public
would be
property
fine.
is shopping center.
Okay,
Why
well,
don't we do it in the roundabout?
Also, Sunday is
We could
farmer's
also
market.
we could also try to take over Four Corners.
There's gonna be a
You know,
farmer's
do
market on
demonstration if
Sunday.
we get enough
I think
people.
you're just
Wes,
going to have.
There's a farmer's market
We
right there on
want
Sunday.
to. Okay, yeah, somewhat near the farmers market in Marina on Sunday on Reservation Road. Okay, and what time we want to do this? Like,
What time is farmers?
It's 10 o'clock there, 10:30, because we gotta be out of here.
So we
Might as well head right on in.
right, and maybe even try the station and be ready by 9 o'clock because people set up.
You're right.
so we got times 9:30, 10, and 10:30. What do we want to do?
Let's go for 10:30.
10:30?
I think we should be there and set up before the crowd shows up. But that means you have to get up early.
No, that means they're gonna be
There'll be
busy
plenty
doing
of crowd
their
from
thing, and
10:30 on. That's
Nobody's
when it
gonna
starts
shop.
getting warm out. That's when you get a lot more pedestrians and stuff. So I wouldn't set up before 10:30.
And not only that,
And
but
people have to get out of here at 10 and get situated. So give them some
it's
time.
certainly a sacrifice, no matter what you do. And 10
Okay.
to 6 driving around.
So we're going to say 10:30 to 12:30.
also, we gotta get parking. He's
Yeah,
right.
you guys have big issues.
We gotta get there
Wes
early
and
to
I
get
don't have
parking.
big issues
Wes
with
is right.
parking. We just park our car wherever they're
Wes
in a
is
parking lot.
Preparation, in preparation, you gotta start
Yeah.
early for
Gotta
preparation.
get parking.
Okay, so it's Sunday, 10:30 to 12:30, in near the farmers market on Reservation Road in Marina, and
We'll develop
and then you
a plan.
authorize Wildfire to finalize the paperwork and you know our resolution. We already know it's going to be something about a hate crime, and a plea for support from the community to support our peaceful existence.
We're human beings. We put our pants on one leg at a time like everyone else. Well, some people don't. But and as a matter of fact, there's people out there one paycheck away from being where we are right now. So let's have some heart here. Let's not hate. All right. Love you people.
All right, so we're on for Sunday. Let's thank Wes for coming down this morning.
Yay, Wes.
Thank Wildfire for coming up with the idea of here.
Well, no, actually, I want to thank everybody else for giving me feedback and changing my mind on my original plan, and also Wes has helped me also change my mind on it. So give me some more feedbacks, please, because you know what? I really didn't want to step up to this position, but what I'm hoping is to light a fire underneath the right leader. Somebody step up.
We've been fired. It ain't burned out yet.
So,
Gonna get hotter.
thank you guys. Thank you everybody for showing up. Those who showed up. And that's planned for Sunday. Pass on the word. We will be passing the pamphlet. Pass on the word. If you could get anybody that's not even homeless to come and support, that'll be great. You know, I'm pretty good. I'm gonna focus on that too. I've been trying to get some homeowners to kind of size up with us to tell them we're not bothering them.
Well, one thing we could do is set up a Friends of Lapis Road group, which would be people like myself who are just trying to support the people. Because, you know, it's really hard when people are homeless, and I don't know if you even consider yourself homeless if you're living in an RV. I don't even think you should consider yourself homeless. But I don't think the Department of Social Services considers you so
They do
to
because
homeless.
you're not counting them point in time count.
But they're not you're not counting the point of time count, and when they do their little charts of how much housing they have and how much affordable housing they need, they don't count the people who are in RVs as people that they have to provide housing for, because you're already housed. And yet they're trying to make you homeless.
People in the bushes either. Who are they counting? I'd
Okay,
like to know who they're counting. They're not counting the homeless, I know.
okay, we really need a web page up too. I'll talk to Wildfire about that too. Anything else? Anything else anyone wants to say this morning? I know everybody's got to get going. Okay, and my number, if you don't have my number, it's 224-3689. 224-3689. That's my cell number.
Real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Making 250 homes in San Francisco for the homeless. That right there. Read that.
Oh,
San Francisco.
Nice.
Of San
That's the same.
Francisco.
That's the same
The
month.
mayor of San Francisco put up Montreal homes for his citizens.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Make sure you put that in perspective.
And some of them. But he is doing more than Marina's doing. Monterey, Seaside. Why can't we do that? Why can't they follow this example?
So this modular thing is starting to sweep the nation. It is cheaper. It's it finished construction a lot faster. And in Salinas, we actually got a 3-story building going up right now. In this, it will fit 50 people, and they're looking at 60% median income, I think. Yeah. And this is kind of a wave of the future assembly line type situation. And they are sturdy construction. They're earthquake retrofitted everything. So this may be the wave of the future.
Keep that.
Little insulation, there you go.
No, okay, well, Sunday then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get going.